anyone here ever created their own personal definition of success?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever sat down with a pen and paper to write out exactly what success means to you? 3 people. Perhaps you've sat down and, has anyone sat down and written goals, at least? Goals of what you're trying to achieve. Okay, that feels good. So I've thought a lot about success, and in studying success, I researched it a lot, and I noticed that the way that most people approach success is like 3 different steps on a staircase. On the first step are the things that you want to have. Getting the degree, getting the job, getting the house, the wife, the dog. These are the things that you want to have. The next step on the ladder of success are who you want to become, how you want to show up in the world. Are you operating from your zone of genius? So that's the next step. The third step on the ladder of success is, how do you want to make a difference? What's the impact that you want to make in the world? Contest master, fellow toastmasters, and honored guest. So I've marked out these 3 areas of success as a staircase. But really, when I think about success, we should really think about it as a balanced meal. Instead of approaching it 1, 2, 3, you should actually be doing all 3 things at the same time, just like a meal. So that first step that I talked about, that step is really the meat of your meal. Now, are any vegetarians or vegans in the place? Any vegetarians? Okay, so when I talk about the meat here, understandably, you can substitute the meat for some other protein, beans or something. Okay, but this is the meat. It's what you want to have, is what most people think about when they are pursuing success. They just want to have stuff. They just want to have the house, the car, the money. But then after that, you're a little bit not quite satisfied. You feel like there's something missing. You feel like there's something more. You want some adventure. You want to see how that you're going to show up in the world. And that's where the other part of the meal comes in. So that I call that part of the meal like your starch. That's where you get, this is what energizes you. And then the third part of that meal is the vegetables. And the vegetables is the substance. It's how you're going to impact the world and make a difference. So instead of approaching success like step 1, step 2, step 3, think about it like a balanced meal. Meat, vegetables, and starch. What you want to have, what you want to become, and how you want to impact the world. 20 years ago, I was working as an engineer. And while I was working as an engineer, I had all the stuff. I had the house, I had the car, I had the wife, I had the little dog, I had the picket fence. I should be happy. But I wasn't. I wasn't being fulfilled. Because in this position, I was not becoming who I wanted to be. This position didn't represent my passion. And I made a decision to step out and find out what that was. And what it was is, my passion is table tennis. So I pursued that dream. And for 20 years, I lived the life of a table tennis adventurer. As a promoter, as a product inventor, and later as a coach. And I was able to travel to China and I had an amazing experience, all from coming into this portion of the field. Now the problem is that I left the stuff, the meat, to jump into this. So when I first made this transition, I didn't have the same income and the resources. So it wasn't balanced. At this point in my life, I really want to have the impact in the world. So I'm on to the next portion of success, which is really having the impact. So I believe that it's really, really important if you approach success instead of like a staircase, 1, 2, 3, but approach it like a balanced meal. Think about it equally. Do it equally. Do all three things at the same time. So therefore, when you get to having one portion, you won't be like the billionaires or very successful people that they find out that there's something missing. So approach success like a balanced meal. So what I want to do is I want to challenge you to approach success and think of a dream that's going to inspire you and bring the financial rewards. And then I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to think of a dream that's so big that it redefines how you show up in the world and leaves a legacy for future generations. Thank you very much.